thanks so much for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about trying to engage our side booty from the ground. So that's really talking about bridges, clamshells, and side-lying leg lifts. So let's get started with some bridges. So when you're doing bridges, you want to think about pushing your weight through your heels, keeping your core nice and tight, and as you lift up, you really want to squeeze your booty. You don't want to go up so far in a bridge like this that your back is arching and you're coming up sort of above that straight plane. So you really want to keep everything tight so you're kind of staying right in that neutral position. A lot of people like to do single leg bridges, and if you're going to do that, you want to make sure that when you're pushing up, you're not letting your pelvis dip down. You really want to keep everything tight, squeezing through your booty, keeping your abs tight so that you can stay in a neutral position while you're doing it. Next, we're going to talk about clamshells. So clamshells are super simple, lying on your side, keeping your feet together, and just lifting your top leg up and down. It's really easy to start, but does get pretty tiring pretty quickly if you're doing them right. What you want to think about is if you look straight down your body, you should just be kind of a straight line and not dipping forward and not falling back, especially as you're opening your legs up. Same if you lift your legs up or your feet up, you kind of just want to do the same type thing. And the same thing goes for side-lying leg lifts. You want to look down so that you're not rotating your body forward or backwards. And then another thing to think about is the placement of your foot. You don't want your foot facing up like this because then you're really starting to kick in some more hip flexors and not really the intended muscles we're trying to get here. So you kind of want it just parallel to the ground. And if you'd like a little more challenge in these exercises, you can grab a band if you have a band, and you're going to pop it just above your knees. So when you're doing bridges with a band, kind of same principles follow, but for a little added challenge, you can spread your legs apart at the top or as you go up. But one thing you really want to focus on is squeezing that booty and keeping your core nice and tight so that as your legs go out, you're not dipping your bottom down and you're keeping it tight and able to maintain it up there. For clamshells, same thing goes, just adding a little extra resistance to make the exercise a little bit harder. And the same thing for your leg raises. So just really focus on keeping everything tight and making sure you're in line. So for side-lying booty and floor exercises for your booty, you really just want to focus on keeping everything in line and keeping your core nice and tight and really focusing on squeezing that booty. Thank you again for joining me today. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see my other videos. Drop any questions or comments on something you might want to see below. And otherwise, until next time, remember to listen to your body and don't do it if it hurts. And I'll see you soon.